All right, so at some point in our filmmaking journey, we're all going to take the time to invest in a wide angle lens, an ultra wide angle lens. I know when most filmmakers first start out, we start out with a 24-70, most videographers and filmmakers, and that's pretty good for a lot of shots that we need, right? We're able to get into that telephoto range with that 70 millimeters, but then we're also able to get wide with that 24 for any establishing shots. But lately, I've been looking for something wider that can help me out in a lot of different scenarios where I need it, and I feel like I found the perfect ultra wide lens for what I do, and I just wanted to share that with you guys because I feel like it can be very, very beneficial. So that lens is the Sigma 20mm 1.8, and in this video I'm going to explain to you guys why I feel like this is the perfect buy for anyone in my type of situation. If you shoot a lot of different shoots, you're not a niche videographer, so you're not only shooting real estate or only shooting sports. If you shoot a lot of variety of things, this lens will come in handy in almost any scenario, and I've been able to use it on a lot of different shoots before I did this review, and honestly it has become my most used and favorite lens out of all the photo lenses that I own. All right, now real quick, you know I gotta ask for all my new people in here that don't know me, if you guys like content like this, make sure you subscribe to your boy, show some love, but let's get right into the video. All right, now I'm not a very technical reviewer, so we won't be pixel peeping or anything like that, but just to let you guys know some of the functionality, some of the things that this lens has that I really, really love, especially when it comes to filmmaking. So it has a declicked and clicked aperture ring, which can come very, very handy, especially when you wanna change the aperture while you're shooting. You can make it more loose by unclicking it, and if you want it to be clicked, so you don't want to change the aperture by mistake, you can keep it at clicked, and I find that very, very useful. The follow focus ring is the same as most Sony photography lenses. It's pretty good and it works in many scenarios. Did I say follow focus?
What?
So although these are autofocus lenses, there are a lot of times where I do shoot manual. Before I started shooting Sony, I used to shoot Blackmagic. So I love handheld, I love manual focus, and a lot of times I'm shooting manual focus. So it's very, very good in that regard, very responsive, and hasn't given me any trouble. It also has a 67mm thread for all of you guys out there that want to put NDs, variable NDs on it. So one of the reasons why I really love this lens, and I'm sure you guys can see it, it's literally the size, right? The weight, it's so light, so convenient, it's so easy to take all over the place. If you're traveling, it's easy to take with you. If you need to rock something on a gimbal, it's very light, it won't drain your arms. So I absolutely love this lens for that reason. I mean, check it out. Another reason why I love this lens, and this could be a sleeper reason, but at 20 millimeters, you get an ultra wide look, but it's not too distorted. Like, it's not too wide to where it starts to kind of make faces look weird and things look weird. I love how clean of an image you get out of this. It's very, very sharp, and at a 1.8 aperture, you're able to shoot in very low light conditions, which is all I asked for. Another sleeper, so everyone knows my main camera is a FX6. My second camera is an A7 IV. A lot of times I'm using this lens on my A7 IV, especially when I'm shooting events or weddings or anything like that, because my A7 IV has an APS-C mode, and everybody knows my favorite focal length is 30 millimeters. This is a 20 millimeter, so when I put this on my A7 IV and I put that in APS-C mode, or if I shoot at 60 frames per second, I am at around 30 millimeters. Well, I'm at 30 millimeters. So I really, really love that focal length, and because of that, that gives this lens so much versatility to me, because I can shoot wide with it, but I can also crop it in to around 30 millimeters, rarely lose any quality, and still keep that focal length around 30 millimeters. So I can be handheld on my FX6, and then I could pick up my gimbal real quick and get similar shots like it's a breeze. So because of that, I really, really love this lens. Now to add what we would expect, the autofocus on this lens is absolutely amazing. The same as most of the modern Sony lenses that's coming out, the autofocus is amazing, right? You can't beat it. I have no complaints. It's the same as most of the other new lenses that I've used. It doesn't bother me any bit. And for real world use, this lens will come in handy in so many different scenarios. There's been many times where I walked into events and it's just so dark, and maybe I don't have enough lights, or my lights is not strong enough to light the whole place. Having those fast lenses that can go down to f1.8 or even lower, they're very, very crucial in those situations. So the fact that this is a 1.8 lens makes this lens a no-brainer to me. And then one of the sleeper reasons is actually I use this lens a lot for videos like this when I'm talking on YouTube and any other kind of social media content. If you guys are out there trying to do content creation, you're trying to look for a lens that maybe you can vlog with, or a lens that you can just take into different places and it doesn't have to be too big and too heavy, this lens is perfect. It's small, it's petite, it's light, it's sharp, and it gets the job done. On top of that, it's versatile and it could fit into any workflow that you have going on and any kind of shoots that you have going on. So who do I think this lens is for? Honestly, if you're in the market for an ultra wide angle lens and you're looking for something like a 20mm, definitely get this lens. If you're on the fence thinking about whether or not you should get this lens or not, get the lens. It's worth every single penny. I believe this lens is retailing for around $600, which is a crazy bargain for the quality, the weight, everything about this lens. So definitely get this lens. If you shoot a lot of different things, if you shoot documentaries, weddings, commercials, content stuff, and you just need lenses that can help you out in so many different areas, get this lens. It's absolutely perfect. I don't want to forget to mention another big reason why I went for this lens instead of something like the Sony GM 14mm is because a lot of times when you get into the ultra wide angle lenses, the top of the lens is never really flat, and it makes it hard to put variable ND filters or other screw-on filters onto your lens. With this 20mm, as you can see, the top is flat and I have a variable ND on it right now and it works perfectly. So I feel like it's perfect for most of the work that I do. And final thoughts, this lens is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna try to sprinkle footage throughout this video so that you guys can see some things that I shot with it. But if you guys wanna see the lens, just look at some of my past YouTube videos. More than likely, I was using this lens to film it. The quality is fantastic and I hope you guys love it. But if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love and support and catch you guys again in the next video. I'm out.